Hello. So I stupidly thought for the end of this season I'd try my most ambitious scratch build to date, Howl's Moving Castle. It took a while, a long while, the full month of November to be precise. Now, if you're not familiar with Howl's Moving Castle, go and Google it, then come back and watch this build. My name is Aaron, and you're watching Terrain by Aaron. Now, I've watched other videos where they use plastic to bulk out the shape. I had to use construction foam simply because I couldn't find enough bulky plastic to use, which was kind of like a blessing because I could easily carve the shape I needed. I finished off a bowl of takeaway noodles just for this container, which will become the castle's mouth. Yep, that is correct. This castle has a mouth. Now, regular viewers will know no build of mine is ever complete without using something from the other half, and I found these waxing spatulas, which I'll use for the inside of the mouth. Using a sharp hobby knife, I score into the wood to give it some texture before hot gluing these onto the noodle container. Once glued down, I add some more detail with my pin vise to give it a more plank-like effect. With the mouth finished, I glue that to the body. I need to make sure there's enough of an opening for the tongue to fit later on. Onto the dome. I thought long and hard over this one, but the solution had been sat in a corner of the man cave for months. This hamster ball was going to be a Death Star build that I abandoned ages ago, but it will be perfect for this build. I glued down one half of the ball onto the castle body. Now, to give the castle its shape, I'm using strips of cardstock that came from my model kit boxes. And so began the long, slow process of me gluing each individual strip of card onto the castle. This was the only way I thought I could build this, which would be light enough but sturdy enough when I start adding the outer panels. It would also help define the shape as I can mould the card into the curves. Plus, it was a cheaper option than using plasticard. For the tower bases, I finished off a tube of Pringles just so I could use the tube. I cut it down into two and then glued it onto the castle. With the final strip going onto the build, the first layer of cardstock was complete. It not only covered all the construction foam, but also, as I intended, which is a first, given shape to the castle. That giant hole in its head, I'm still thinking about how to build that. Let's not worry about that. What I need to worry about is there's a platform at the top right here that needs to be covered. Cue waxing strips. I again borrow the other half's wooden spatulas, repeat the weathering to give it that look on the wood, and glue them onto the rather boring looking platform on the top of the castle. I also add in the panel detail as I go, and while I do that, I'm dropping names on screen from subscribers who leave witty or informative comments. It's my way of saying thank you for subscribing and helping this channel gain a wider audience, as every single interaction I get from you helps the channel get noticed with the YouTuber algorithm. Now the castle was ready for the outer layer, so using more cardstock cut into various square shapes, I began gluing these onto the main body. I did this primarily just to hide the gaps in the strips of cardstock. This was a long, slow process which I won't let you sit through, so on to cutting XPS foam into tiny squares. So I got this XPS foam off Amazon. I think it was 5 sheets for €10, which was really good. I'm going to cut them into strips, then into squares, and these will become the walls of my Pringle tower. Because the XPS foam comes in 10mm thickness, I need to cut these down into 3 little strips, and then I can make some cubes, various lengths. I'm not really bothered because they're going to get bashed up in a minute with some rocks. And to give these little cubes some texture, I have a little container with stones from the garden and bolts from the next door neighbour's shed. I hope he doesn't realise one side of his shed is rattling in the wind. I throw the lot in, close the lid and shake like I do after being in the passenger seat while the other half drives. After a few minutes of shaking, open it up and I have pre-textured cubes which I can go over later with a tin foil ball if I need to, but that's how I texture my XPS foam. Then I use PVA glue to stick the cubes onto the Pringle tower. Ideally I wanted to use hot glue, but I'd run out and was waiting for a supply delivery. Fun fact, I bought 100 glue sticks and used a total of 80 on this build. The more that you know. I carried late on into the night until this was finally finished, and then started on the other one. Next day I decided to give the castle its face, so using more wooden spatulas, made its nose, and then gave it its iconic wooden janky teeth using more wooden spatulas. For the eyes, I'm using plastic bits from my bit box. What I'm doing here is I'm just trying to work out how to use certain bits and if I'm going to use all of these little bits. I'm just thinking about chopping this down to give it like a rim so then I can put one of the tubes inside it. And once I'm happy with how I made the eyes, I'm hot gluing those onto the castle. And it's at this point in the build where it starts to worry me, pre-painting, because I wonder if it looks right. I've come to trust myself and the process, but I still second guess myself sometimes. Okay, kitchen foil, quietly borrowed while the other half wasn't looking. I tear off a sheet, fold it a few times, and try and make it into, well, a tongue. You know it's a serious build when the power tools come out. I'm drilling a hole so I can slot the tongue into place after painting. And it also looks like I'm going to have to do some more dental work since I've just knocked out 2 of his front teeth. But good news, the hole works so the tongue can slot into place. To cover the tin foil tongue, I'm going to use some very thin EVA foam. Cut it into strips and then hot glue it down onto the tin foil. You know, I should have said this video was sponsored by the other half, as I'm using her nail gems yet again as rivets for the tongue. I'm using super glue just to stick these gems on, which took some time, so let's zip on to the next bit, which is me using the power drill again to make holes for the castle's feet. For the domes of the Pringle towers, I'll cut this styrofoam ball into 2. I tried to be clever with the editing there and it didn't work. Anyway, I'm going to use my XPS foam cubes to cover the entire bit of these 2 half balls of styrofoam, and while I do that, it's code word time. If you're still watching and want to leave a comment, put this code word into your comment so I know you got here before nipping off for a coffee. And the code word is calcifer. Please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. The reason why I'm not using hot glue for this bit is because of the shape I'm sticking the cubes onto. I might need to reshape or remove a cube for a different one, and using PVA glue gives me a little more working time. Eventually both are done and they kind of look rude, but I'm not going to mention anything. I'm going to texture them with some tin foil that I've rolled up into a ball. But there are the 2 domes for the top of the Pringle Towers, and now I'm using some more rivets to rivet each individual square on the castle. Yes, again, this took an epic amount of time, and I was doing my best Captain Kirk impression just to give it some more emphasis. Let's move on. Oh look, more XPS foam, because I need to make houses, as there are on the castle lots of different shaped homes for Howls to live in. I cut down random shapes and then totally forget to press record on the camera when I start making these houses, so we best move on to the Pringle Towers. I'm going to use EVA floor mats. They will give me enough bend to cover around the domes. I cut out tiny squares from one side of the mat. Repeat the process until I'm left something like this, which now can get hot glued onto the dome of the castle. It looks janky because of the colour, but don't worry, once a bit of paint's on it, it'll look fine, hopefully. Time to break out the water pipes. I'm running low on these, but I'm hoping I have enough for this project. I need to make quite a few pipes, so some alterations are needed. I can use some for the domes of the tower. Now the domes are done, it's time for a Mod Podge black acrylic mix to seal all the foam. I pre-painted most of the parts before gluing into place so it would be easy for me. And that also included all the little tiny houses that I forgot to film. I made some houses with different textures using cut down wooden sticks or model bricks I had left over from a previous build. For the domes I brush on grey, which I'll go over later, and pick out some bricks with different colours to break up the dull colour of grey. I dry brush a white or maybe a latte sort of colour over all the houses just to highlight some of the roofing and other little bits that I've added. I finally worked out how to cover the top dome using strips of thin EVA foam, added nail gems and then painted it a base colour of black before going over that with bronze. To finish that off, I added more EVA foam around the edge of the dome. Then it was on to painting the main body using bronze. Once the body was finished, I then went over the Pringle Towers with a dry brush of grey. Time to tackle the castle's face. I went in with a tan colour and washed off most of it with water until I was happy with how the faded effect looked. To do this, I just kept going back in with some water on the brush and just sort of like brushing the top paint off until I eventually got it to look faded and worn. Next it was time to add the domes on top of the Pringle Towers. After those were securely placed, it was time for the main dome to fit into its new home, and I think it came out alright. I just need to sort out the hole on the top, but that's how Howl's castle is looking at the moment. I'd somehow misplaced the lid for the top of the dome, but found it eventually, covered that with foam cubes and glued it into place. Next I started adding all the accessories I'd built and with a lot of hot glue began sticking things into place. So I'll stay quiet for a moment while you watch me glue these things down. I managed to bag myself 2 huge cardboard rolls that I'm going to cut down and use them as the pipes for the back of the castle. I cut a bit out of the tube and then hot glued it so I had a 90 degrees angle. Jazzed it up a little bit with some EVA foam. To cap the top, I just used half a lid from a Kinder egg and then hot glued those bad boys into place. Now this castle has wings. I don't know, I just go with the flow. So what I did was I made a little template out of cardstock, covered it in tissue paper with a lot of PVA glue just to give it some texture, and then I chopped up some paper straws and stuck them down just as, well, I don't know, like a little bit of textured piping just to give it some sort of shape. Painted what needed to be painted, and then once dry I went over that with a dry brush of copper. Stuck the wings into place using hot glue, then finished off by adding more little bits and pieces to this epic build before it was time for the glamour shots. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the build, and also give me some suggestions of what you'd like to see me build next. So until next time, keep scratching that build everybody. Thanks for watching.